here in the Tuesday Takeover, we look at awesome creators who are out there in the world doing cool things right now. And we're going to look at how much money they're making right now, how they're monetizing their audience, and where they're leaving money on the table, which is really where we come in as e-commerce experts, as Sam Card people. This is what we do all day, every day, which is help digital creators sell more stuff, monetize their audience even better. And so today, we're here with Sam Parr. So, Taylor, we got some ground rules. We got some things we want people to do. It's interactive. There's a chat. There's, all that kind of stuff like that. Tell people, the vibe while I'm going to pull some stuff up.
Yeah. So basically, if this is your first time here, definitely drop first in the comments. Let us know that you haven't been here before. We want to love on you. And, we want this to be interactive. So, like, see something, say something. So, if something stands out to you, if there's like a really good takeaway of like, ooh, I really like that idea, like, share it with your buddies in the chat. If you run your own business and you have your own ideas, like, we want you guys to get involved with each other because we're just doing what we normally do, but your business is your business, and we want you to tailor this experience to yours. So have fun, interact with each other, and our personal rules are: we don't do math in public.
We don't do math in public. We don't spell
We
in
don't
public.
spell in public.
We don't spell in public. Don't look. If you're here for that,
Nope.
go somewhere else.
Nope.
We're not here for it. All right.
Google is your friend. I highly suggest it. But yeah, let's get into it.
Let's dive into it. Awesome. All right. So bring my mural board up. I'm going to share on some requests that we had in other weeks. We're actually going to go ahead and share the mural board with you guys. Give me one hot second. I had it just pasted over here. It's going in the chat. Wait for it. Nope. Wait for it. But the mirror board you guys are looking at right this very second, we actually can give you guys a link so you guys can come and just hang out with us in here. You can watch kind of what we're doing. You guys will see there's mirror boards all over the place for all of our past Tuesday takeovers. It's a fun thing. You know what I mean? It's just a fun place to hang out and a fun place to be. So
following you because I'm not great at mirror.
Exactly right. There you go. Okay, I love it. All right, here we go. So we had a board coming in here over here in the chat. Here is the link to this mural board. You guys can come and join us. But essentially, let's go ahead, have you toggle to follow me over there on the right.
Yep.
Bam. And now we're locked in. All right, so we are looking today at a guy named Sam Parr, okay? If you guys know Sam Parr, give us a yes down in the chat. Love to see kind of how many Sam Parr fans we might have here, kind of with us already. I think it's still jumping over.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, you got to it's like sit on me and then
it keeps going to the other
keeps
one.
going the other way.
Yeah.
There we go. What? That's what I'm looking at. Oh, you know what I got to do? Hold on, sorry. I got to close. Guys, we are all over the board today. As you can see, Jordan.
It's beer o'clock.
Jordan is really the one that holds this together. Let me tell you that much right this second, okay? If you haven't picked up on it yet, Jordan is the one holding this whole thing together. So, all right, so try this one more time. Unclick, and then try it again. And I'm down here. Just go down to the Sam Parr thing. We'll take care of it. Yeah, we got it. Okay. But this is Sam Parr. So if you guys have seen it, you guys can go ahead and check that out. And it actually looks like, man, it even looks like, is it your audio? No. Is it you talking?
I don't know. Are you talking? Am I talking? Check.
It's you the one. It sounds like you're quiet. Anyway, we'll figure that out. It sounds like you're really quiet. We'll get there, guys. We appreciate it.
I have a voice, I swear.
But here we are looking at Sam Parr's stuff, right? And so, for us, Sam is a internet entrepreneur, an investor. His Instagram profile literally says, "Trying to live a dope ass life. I will likely never DM you scammers act like they are me." So listen, fun stuff. All right. Sam's got a fun thing going on. We don't really know exactly what's going on there. But he is, he's a business mind. He's an entrepreneur, investor, he's talking about that kind of world. A lot of folks like that. We've seen this before. Yeah. Sam does a great job. He's got a really cool audience. It's a fun thing to kind of dive into. So, we can go ahead and check out essentially the 4 questions, right?
Yep.
So I'll have you, I guess we just got to kind of zoom in and zoom around because it's not really following me. I don't know what's going on. We got a whole mirror thing. It usually, I zoom in and around. It's usually following me around. We'll do that kind of stuff. But we'll start with this. We'll start with, what is the opportunity? We always ask 4 very specific questions when we do a Tuesday takeover, right? We talk about, what is the opportunity? Like, how do we define that? I'll let you take a stab. Like, what is the opportunity? What does that mean? What are we looking for here?
So basically is how many people is in your audience, or followers, subscribers, listeners, if for the podcasters out there, how many people are in your direct audience circle? And, we kind of go off of the philosophy of each follower or subscriber that you have equates to $1 that you should be making off of them per year. And so in Sam Parr's case, like, it's a pretty big audience off the bat. Again, we don't do math. Live, I did the math behind the scenes, and there's about 760,000.
760?
716.
16,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
716,000. Looks like we even got to go a touch more up. So we'll keep going up. But it looks like 716,000 people.
Yep.
Awesome. That's cool. So when we talk about that number, right, we'll come back to that number a lot. You guys will hear us talk about that, right? But
Mm-hmm.
716,000 people, that is the size of Sam's audience.
Right.
And so in doing that, how we get to that number, we went from
Let's see.
Instagram followers.
Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok. Uh, yeah, yeah,
Sounds
all of
about
those.
right. And I'm sure he's probably got a whole email list. We don't know how big that is. We can't
Right.
see that kind of stuff. You
His
know what I mean?
podcast
But
listening
we're just getting
downloads.
a general sense, right?
Right.
We're saying with the audience size that Sam Parr has, he should probably be making $716,000 per year, right? At a minimum. And again, we have Sam Carr creators who are doing $20, $30, $40 per subscriber per year. You know, audiences that are 5,000 and people that are doing multiple six figures in revenue off, relatively small audiences. So,
Right.
someone like Sam who has puts out cool content, right? Clearly good at building an audience, right? All that kind of good stuff. I think he's got a pretty decent sized opportunity, right? So
Right.
then we'll flow down to the next question, right? Which is what are they promoting? And this is where we get a chance to go to follow the links. You know what I mean? We always talk about a lot of social media and selling and stuff out there is basically like, hey, if you like this content, click the link in my bio, right?
Right.
Go check that out. And you got tools like Linktree, you've got tools. There are a lot of different tools out there, right? What are they promoting, right? What are they selling out there in the world? Are they selling, are they selling affiliate offers? You know what I mean? Are they selling are they going back to Amazon to sell books or gear? You know what I mean? Are they
Brand deals.
brand deals? Exactly
Mhm.
right. Are you like, pumping your local like, grocery store chain or something? I don't know. We haven't actually seen that one yet. That's probably not a great example. But you know what I mean? That's the idea is what are they doing? And what we like to see, right, is we like to see people selling their own stuff, right?
Right.
Taylor, dive into that one for us.
Yeah, I mean, y'all have heard me say it before. There are a lot of different platforms that like to take a lot of your money looking at you, Twitch, because they take half, which is just
So much money.
that's so much money
So
like that
much money.
you earn.
Patreon's the same kind of way too, right? It
Yeah.
just takes so much money. It's
Right.
crazy. Yeah.
So
Yep.
instead of having these, not to say that these aren't viable avenues of making income, like plenty of people do it, but you have to do a lot for it. Versus if you owned your own stuff and sold your own stuff, you're only paying out whatever the payment processor that you're using, and then everything else you get to keep, which I think is still like over 90%, which that works for me.
It's awfully high. I mean, you know what I mean? If you're selling your own stuff, typically what you're saying is you're giving away the credit card processing fees that everybody pays, basically like 3%. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you're keeping 90% of the money. And that's really the crazy thing. We've talked about this at a lot of different, stages, stuff like that. But if you're someone who right now you're stuck promoting Amazon deals or you're promoting other people's digital products or you're an affiliate, you're sending people other places, you're making breadcrumbs, right? When you could be making the whole bread.
Right? Maybe.
Is that maybe not the we'll get there. We'll get there. I think we'll find it out. But you guys get what I'm saying. You know what I mean? When you are making and promoting your own stuff, you get the lion's share of the revenue. So
Right.
let's go ahead and check that out. I'm going to go ahead. Let's dive over to, Sam, we have a screenshot of his link tree,
Yep.
which basically in this one, right, if you go to Twitter, if you go to Instagram, right? If you go to, whatever, this is what you're going to go find is you're going to go find they all kind of link back to the same link tree, right?
Right.
And so when we're asking what is Sam out there promoting, here's what we got, right? Book a time with Sam Parr. Okay. So that one I like. That one's pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
You can go book a time. That's interesting. I'm sure a lot of people do it. We always talk about whatever you want to put first and foremost, where you want more people, to click on, put it first. You know what I
Right.
mean? Put it up at the very top of a link tree,
And
right?
don't be afraid to charge for access to you. I think this is one of the things that I really like that he put there is like immediately I'm offering you access to me, but if we all pay have a company pay us for our time, why is it any different just because you run your own stuff? So I
Absolutely.
really love that he did this off the bat of like, hey, I'll just make it easy for you and help you out, but cut the check.
Exactly. Cut some check. Let's show some money here. So Taylor, this is actually a good one. Maybe we can actually switch over. Let's do your
Yeah.
screen share stuff because let's click on this and just follow this. What is the ideation bootcamp? What is this?
So this looked like something that he's involved in terms of a part of some kind of it gives me TED Talk like
Kind of
but
feels like that,
this
yeah.
this company actually does like live courses in a way. So instead of
Mm,
you doing a self-guided course, this one the whole platform is pushing for you to do stuff live. So you could actually sign up for this boot camp and him and his co-founder or host, co-host are actually walking through all the modules and you have your own cohort that you work with. It's actually a really cool idea, but the fact that a lot of large creators are jumping onto this website to do that, because again, people will pay for access to you. They just want somebody to hold their hand and say, "Hey, tell me what to do." And this is a great option if self-guided is not your thing. So he's already again linked to, I'm selling access to me. And
Yeah,
now
for
you can have
sure.
a group of people to have a think tank with, like, those big masterminds, things like that. So
For sure. Yeah. One thing
good
to
suggestion.
note here on this page, right, is that this is basically a wait list, right?
Right.
So this is not something you actually can go buy right this very second, which can be a problem. We'll talk about that back here in a little bit, right? But I
Right.
think that's really great. Awesome. Let's go back to the link tree and we'll keep kind of moving down. So we talked about you can book a time, you can go to the ideation bootcamp, which is a cohort course, but kind of can't buy it, kind of can,
Right.
right? He's promoting his podcast, he's promoting his Airbnb, which is kind of dope. Let's check that out.
Yeah,
Honestly just curious,
I was all
where is
over it.
this?
I was
Yeah.
like, "Ooh, I
Okay,
might
that
need to
place
go
looks pretty
somewhere."
sick, I'm
Like,
not gonna lie.
seriously? Like,
Fredericksburg, he's right down the
he's down the
road.
street. Let's
Let's
take a road
go,
trip.
Sam. Let's go hang out, man. Sam, I would love an invite. Just saying, me, we have a little, we just chat, we can talk about some e-commerce stuff. You know what I mean? Like, that's not
All
far.
the wineries and distilleries over there too. So like,
Just saying.
just saying,
Just saying. If you want to have a live Tuesday takeover at your place, Taylor and I are
I'm so
there.
there,
We're
so
there.
there.
Okay, very cool. Fredericksburg, Texas, very cool place, not too far from the Austin headquarters here at Samcart. And then cool. What's that last one? Copy that. It's learn copywriting, right? So
Right.
here are again. This is one. You had a screenshot of this over on the Miro board,
Mhm.
right? But it's basically all right. So we're talking about he's got a longer sales page, right? Is
Mhm.
what I would call this, right? And what is the call to action down at the bottom?
So it's to get what looks like an email version of it,
Okay,
but if you go up and you go to start, I'm guessing there's a deeper package here because then you get into the actual like buy something.
got it,
And so I guess the email is to maybe
got it.
redirect you to the buy page. That's a little confusing because the first page seems like, hey, if I sign up, I get the immediate access to the email, but then there's a charge version of it. So that's a little confusing. I'd rather just land on the charge version of it and go straight from there. But not really a whole lot about it anywhere else except for his link tree about it. So it's cool that he has something completely different. There's just
Sweet.
a lot of clicks in order to get through it.
Sweet. Awesome. Okay, cool. Yeah, so let's bounce back over to Miro because I think now we have a pretty good idea. We can answer a couple more of these questions here, right? But we basically said, okay, what is the opportunity? And I kind of lost where's the Sam one. There we go. Cool. What are they promoting? I think is we can answer that one now, right? Now we have a pretty good idea what is Sam promoting. And what I love about this, right, is that he really is promoting his own stuff, right?
Yes.
Here he is over here promoting he's got a course, book some time with Sam. I'm sure that's, he's monetizing his own time, I'm sure,
Right.
and doing those kind of things. Then that brings us to question number 3, right? Which is really where things start to get interesting here in the takeover. We start saying, okay, how much is this person making? Where are the opportunities to go and make more, right? Because
Right.
that's all we do here at Sam Carters. We just help people optimize what they're making, find holes, make more money, all of that kind of good stuff, right? And that brings us to this question, which is how easy is it to buy? And this is kind of like an interesting one. I remember the first couple takeovers that we did, right? It was kind
Yeah.
of like you start seeing more of that kind of like come together about like it sounds simple, right? But when we talk about how easy is it to buy, right? The idea essentially, how long is the path
Mhm.
between someone kind of going from like, I'm going to use the word discovery, right? So someone finds a cool tweet from Sam.
Right.
Someone follows him on Instagram. Someone does a lot of stuff. That's discovery, right? To becoming a customer. How long and arduous is that process? For some creators, that process is long as it's long. You know what I mean? It's long. It's pages and pages. You've got to wait 30 days worth of emails to go check that stuff. And all we really want to see is I want to see creators who are creating content, right? And then it's like, hey, look, check the link in my bio
Mhm.
and go buy something that's right there. And I want to
Absolutely.
see it like top of the link tree right there on the spot. You know what I mean? And so for someone like Sam, I think Sam is doing a decent job, right?
Mhm.
But let's go back. Go back to that go back to his second item on his link tree. It was the ideation thing, right?
Yeah.
And let's dive into that really quick for a second, because I think this is kind of an interesting one to look at, right? Is here's something that's high up on his link tree. So a
Mhm.
lot of people are going to go check it out, right? But right this very second, you can't buy this, right?
Yeah.
And not to mention it's $800, which is expensive. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So when we ask the question of how easy is it to buy something, right? I think the idea that you can't buy it right now, it's just
Right.
a wait list, which is good. I get what he's going for. You build a wait list, that's a good thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
But at the end of the day, you're probably losing more customers than you're gaining leads, right? Because it's something that if it was easier to buy, if there was something right in front of them that was maybe lower priced,
Yeah.
right? Maybe it's something they could just, I don't know, like go buy right this
Yeah,
second. You know what I
pre-order.
mean? Exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
instead of just having to wait to join the,
Heck
join
yeah.
in the wait
Take
list,
my money.
just like, I'm ready now, and just
What if
let
I
me know
wanted to
what the date
pre-order?
is.
Yeah,
Right. Maybe a
absolutely.
pre-order option is there. Or like you said, a simplified version of it is like, hey, if you don't want the live
Hmm.
hand holding, maybe you want to do something self-guided, take the same materials, put it in, a pre-recorded format, or, a PDF format, or something that doesn't require the creator to actually be deeply involved.
Yep.
Still have a group attached to it if you want, and sell that for half price. So that way you can still have recurring income flowing in. That way you don't have to worry about, like, hey, I've got to wait 6 months before I can get involved in this group, and I've already forgotten about it. What?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. I love that. I love that as an idea. I love the pre-order idea. Yeah, anything that you can do to get more customers is always a good thing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And for all of you guys creators out there watching, your your biggest opportunity, right, is going to be to get more customers into your world. I always say more customers wins. You know what I mean? The business with more buyers, more customers in the door wins. And so for you guys, be creative and think about, I genuinely think that Sam Parr, who I'm sure has a good thing going for himself, it's all, he's rolling,
Right.
but I think he has a big opportunity here to put some things out there in front that are a little bit more bite size, a little more easy for someone to kind of like like an easier first bite at the apple to become a paying customer,
Yeah.
right? And something like the ideation bootcamp where it's expensive and also you're putting the sale off into the future, you know what I
Right.
mean, is costing him customers and growing the most important asset that you have as a creator,
Right.
which is letting your customers go from discovery to becoming a customer. Anyway,
And it's not to say that you can't have high ticket offers. I think
right,
that's one thing
exactly right.
that, we definitely don't want to confuse people on, is like, yeah, I want you to charge a bunch of money for somebody to sit in
Totally.
front of you. But if you're still trying to build that phase, or if people really want to get with you and we're trying to meet people where they're at, it doesn't hurt to have something mid-size or smaller to offer people so that they can get used to what you have. And then that way they're ready to buy for that big ticket item. Or like, hey,
Heck
you know
yeah.
what? I definitely want 2 hours with you to run through my business or whatever in that first year that he has.
Heck yeah.
So it's no hate on high ticket. Just sometimes it's easier to
Absolutely.
meet people where they're at with something smaller.
Yeah, think of it like, what I mean, like social media is your first date. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I didn't propose to my wife on the first date. And if I did, probably wouldn't be my wife. You know what I mean? Like I'm
No.
sure that would not have worked out that hot. You know
I
what I mean?
think you would be immediately
That would have been it. I would have
creeper.
been written down. I'd have been put in a category and that would have been all set. We'd been done with that. But you know what I mean? What I do like is, and Taylor, we go back to his link tree really quick. If we go back to the link tree here really quick, I'm going to go ahead. Let me just bring this back up here for you guys. Right, is the fifth one down? Right, copywriting, the learn copywriting thing.
Hmm.
That'd be a great one. Honestly, it's a little more bite size. You can buy it right here on the spot. It's
Right.
a relatively simple process to go buy it. It's got a homepage. You're kind of like one page deep to buy. There's probably two or three more pages to actually complete an order,
Right.
which isn't awesome, but you know what I mean. Like it's relatively straightforward. And I'd love to see that a little higher. I'd love to see that replace the ideation bootcamp, right?
Right.
And maybe even one or two other things that someone could go and check out and buy right this second.
Yeah, because
So
he's also splitting that with his co-host, which again,
yeah,
no shade on that,
hey, that's
but
great.
we want you to promote your stuff. So like,
Totally.
move the Airbnb up. I want to go now. Like I really do want to
That'd be sick.
go.
It'd be
Can
pretty
we
sweet.
go?
Pretty
And
sweet
then the
place. I'm not gonna
copyright,
lie. Great job.
have those things that are solely you up top.
Yeah.
And then yeah, do the collaborative effort stuff, maybe later further down on the list. I just appreciate that there's only 5 links. Can we just
Yeah. Give it up for
appreciate
five
that?
links. Give it up for
Because some of
Sam
these that we
and his
see
five
are
links, man.
like really long, and I'm like, you already lost me after. Remember, top 3 is what you want, but if you want to add a couple of more, like, this is honestly the perfect way to do it. I'm even actually appreciating that there isn't a whole big of like design elements to it. It's just like,
It's real
here it
simple,
is.
man. Yeah.
Here it
Which fits
is.
with Sam's brand. It's cool. It's, it's a good experience, kind of stuff like that, right?
Minimalist.
Yeah. It's all really, really solid. I like that a lot. Awesome. Let's bounce back to Miro, right? Because I think the last question I think is going to be really illuminating for a lot of people, right?
Right.
So we talked about how easy is it to buy. I think in general, you know what I mean, that how easy is it to buy question, I'm going to give Sam a solid B on that one.
Yeah.
I think you can find things to buy. It'd be great if they were available to buy right now, and I think it'd be even better for him if they were easier to buy. Like the price was literally easier to swallow. You know what I mean? Like I
Right.
think that would
Right.
be really solid. Um, how easy is it to buy more? This is really the question. And this
Right.
is really like probably for those of you guys who are watching right now and you're thinking, man, it'd be sick to have a full-time income being an online creator, selling digital products and doing this kind of stuff. Your ability to answer these 4 questions, right? And really questions 3 and 4. To
Mhm.
nail questions 3 and 4 is the biggest direct implication of how big is your business going to be is you nail how easy is it to buy, how easy to buy more,
Right.
right? And you'll strike gold, right? I mean that is the name of the game, right? All over the place. So
Seriously.
how easy is it to buy more? Let's talk about this. We'll just illustrate the point, right? Is let's just say I was to go buy, right, his copywriting training,
Mhm.
right? We'll go ahead. Let's bring that back up here. And if we go over to his copywriting training, it's $89. And let's go to start and then we'll go click like the checkout button and I'll just kind of illustrate the point. The
Alright.
point I'm making here, right, is if I'm in Sam's audience and I love what he's got going on and I want to go buy this, right? There's nothing else for me to buy. If
Nope.
I'm ready to spend more than $89, I can't do it, right?
Yep.
Here it is, something he's charging technically. We put 2 in our cart, you know what I mean? But like I guess you could buy more of the
Course for
right? I
everybody.
was gonna say I'll just buy it for all my friends. I guess that's the way to do more. You know, what I mean? But here he is, looking like Shopify could be another tool, right? But it's
Mhm.
yeah, it just looks like something's missing on this page, right?
Yeah,
If
there's a lot of blink like, I'm all for the minimalism, but there's opportunity there to, plug, "Hey, do you wanna, learn how to use the sales copy challenge that I'm doing?
sure.
What if you wanna buy 15 minutes of my time?" Because that's what he offers in his
Exactly,
first link. You
right?
could go
A
right back
strategy
to it.
call right there.
Yep.
Let someone say, "Click, that's what I want." You know what I mean? And again, these we're talking and alluding to features we're not showing you guys right this second, but we could pull up another page on Samcard and show you guys how easy it is to let your customers go spend more and what happens there, right? I
Right.
think we easily could be turning $89 into 150, $200 orders, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? If it said, "Hey, look, 30 minutes of my time, it's another $100 or maybe he's going to charge $500. I don't know,
Right.
you know what
Who
I mean?
knows?
But the customers, the right person that comes here to buy this could say, cool, I want to add that strategy call, super valuable. Maybe it's going to be like copywriting templates that he has. You know what I mean? I
Mhm.
I I digitize these PDFs and I put them here. You know what I mean? I'm gonna let somebody go ahead and put more of these things in their cart. Maybe he's gonna go sell some other training that he has. Maybe there's a piece of that ideation blueprint, kind of product
Mhm.
that he can toss here. And imagine a world, right, where it's not only easy for your customers to buy, but it's easier for them to spend more along the way,
Right.
right? That is that is it. I mean, that is really the whole ball game, right? When we talk about those creators on Samcart that are making 10, 20, 30, $40 per customer or per subscriber per year, I mean, you're talking about businesses that nail this last question,
Yeah.
that nail it cold. You know what I mean? And there's so many different ways, especially with digital products, is the beauty of it all is how many different things Sam, does he have sitting on his desktop, right? And all you guys watching, you just have sitting on your hard drive, you know what I mean? That if you package it up right, it's the perfect sort of thing to put in front of every single customer you get
Right.
where they can go and spend more and buy more, right?
I think the biggest thing is like, we talk about combo meals and like the whole "do you want
Mm,
fries" with that
bingo.
phrase. Like, what
Yep.
are your fries? What is the extra what's the extra? What's the I want to go from a medium-sized combo to a large. Like, what are those things that can add to what somebody's experiencing with you? And then they're getting even more immersed in what you offer. And so now they get to experience you in a different facet of ways from the
Yes.
whether that's the copy challenge or that's, hey, 30 minutes of your time versus, hey, these are your templates. Like, nobody rarely, okay, I know people do this, so
Rarely.
so don't
Rarely
come
is
for me,
right. Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
But like rarely does somebody just eat the burger, right? They want the
Exactly.
drink, they want the fries, they want the condiments to go with it. So
100%.
definitely think about that. What are your fries with that?
I love that. Yeah, and it's funny, to further illustrate that point, I mean, the McDonald's sells you like a $3 hamburger. Well, it's probably inflation's probably more like 5 bucks. I'll say to McDonald's, honestly. How much is it? Like, when's the last time you ate I'm just talking about breakfast, which is amazing. And McDonald's that doesn't count. Their
That's true.
breakfast is amazing.
That's true.
And what's the last time you ate like a burger at McDonald's?
Probably about a month ago.
Okay, so not that long ago.
No.
But okay, so check me on the prices if I'm way off base. But the point is, right, McDonald's will sell you like a 4, maybe $5 burger,
Yeah, yeah,
something like that. Okay, whatever. They'll sell you that and make very little profit to say add fries and a drink,
yeah.
and that's
Mhm.
like where they make 4 times more profit selling you something that's cheaper.
Right.
I mean? It's like that's where you make your money. You know what I mean? That's where things really pop. That's where businesses really take off is when you get a chance to let the right customers spend more along the way, right?
Right.
And I hate seeing, here's somebody, Sam is an awesome creator, has built an awesome audience to do this kind of stuff, fall victim to something that we call one and done sales, right?
Right.
So one and done sales is by definition, right? The idea is very, very simple, right? And this is the problem that I see here. I'll put it nice and red so everybody understands, right? but it's one and done sales is get rid of it, right? Get it out of your business. One and done sales is customer's going to find product A and all they can buy is product A, right?
Right.
When they're in that moment, when they're ready to buy, they're there right that second. You know what I mean? The right person, you know, two, three, four customers out of 10 is going to be ready to spend double. And if you give them the chance, all of a sudden your profit margins go crazy. You know what I mean? Like that's the right idea. So, you know, get in there. I would love to see him, you know, get more of this kind of stuff done. I'm going to go ahead. Let me bring up a couple of examples I think would be kind of cool. We'll just kind of showcase a handful of like, you know, hey, what does this look like in practice? We've kind of talked about this a little bit, you know, of like in theory here, right? But let me go ahead. I'll bring up my screen. And yeah, if you guys have questions, by the way, drop them in the chat. We'd love to hear from you guys. You guys have something you guys want to dive more into. You guys want us to, you know, showcase some more examples, want to do any of this kind of stuff. But let me just go ahead. I'll bring up let's bring up a handful of these things. I'm just going to open up some pages that we've built for some different VIP and Tuesday takeovers, you know, from around the bend here. But let's see this in order. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Imagine a page that looks kind of like this. And there's a question in the chat about where does my 5 minute VSL go, right? The 5 minute VSL is something that we talk a lot about here on the Sam Card channel, but it's basically how can I sell a course, a service, a physical book, a digital, whatever it is that you might sell in a quick 5 minute video. And the idea is very simple: is that you should, from your own link tree, from your own emails, from wherever, be linking to very simple pages that look a lot like this one right here, right? Where this is a Sam cart template. Come in here, everything you need is all on one page. It's got proof and testimonials and all that kind of stuff. And then Sam Cart's takes over, right? And this is where you really supercharge your business. This is where you make it easy for customers to buy and easy for customers to buy more, right? Is in this example, we're talking about something that's what was the product up here again? We're talking about it's like a crypto
Crypto.
investing thing, right? That was this creator right here is Andre Geek. And so the idea was, okay, what else might these customers go buy? So we
Right.
said, okay, cool. How about budgeting 101 was a training. I'm sure that audience would be there, right? He had this other training called 0 to 1 million, right? There was kind of a higher ticket. We talk about higher tickets, great spot, right?
Right.
Maybe the first thing I'm asking someone to buy shouldn't be $500. Maybe I should be cheaper, right? But give the right person the opportunity to say, "Cool, I want to buy that too. I want to spend 500," right?
Absolutely.
And there's a great example right there, right? If I go to another page right here, this is, you know, podcasts like the pros. This is Jay Klaus, another guy we did a Tuesday takeover with. But imagine of again a very very simple page. This is, you know, looks great on mobile, all good things. Very short and simple checkout process, right?
Mhm.
As short as humanly possible. And then down here, what are we going to do, right? We're going to let people have a, you know, community building crash course. We're going to have people, you know, join. He had a, you know, a $10 a month like community or membership, or maybe that was our idea. I don't remember. Anyway, but you know what I mean. You get the idea. It's like, hey, come join my own kind of private Patreon where you're not handing Patreon 30
Right.
cents, you know, 30 cents on every dollar type stuff, right?
I love the trial idea too. And I think that's
Yeah,
something that people miss a lot of opportunity on is
definitely,
use trial features because all it's saying is, hey, it's like an open house. Come check
totally,
it out, get the vibes, feel it out. And that way, if somebody is a little bit hesitant, they don't have to worry too much about it because they have time to get to know you, to get involved with the content, and fall in love with it if they're still on the fence about it. So I love when people do
exactly.
trial stuff.
Yeah,
It's
it's
great.
an easy yes, right?
Yeah.
That's really what we're trying to engineer. And it's the same reason why we talk about things like, hey, you know what? Maybe the first thing you put in front of someone should be $1,000 or $10,000 or, you know, whatever, right? It should be things that are cheaper, easier to say yes to, right? Give people dollar trials, give people free trials, give people easy ways to kind of get in the door, become a customer of yours, and then make it easy to buy more, right?
Right.
I think one of the biggest reasons people have really small customer lists. You know what I mean? Only so many people ever really bought from me is because they're not focused on making it easy for people to buy because they think I only get one shot. Someone's going to buy one thing for me and that's it because that's
Right.
kind of what they're used to seeing. But when you make it easy for people to buy, and easy to buy more, you know what I mean? You get the best of both worlds. It's a trampoline effect that you kind of get a chance to cash in on both ends of that. So yeah, absolutely love that. I think you know, we had a couple questions in the chat. If you guys have anything, drop it down in the chat. But super excited. It was fun diving into Sam Parr's stuff. Definitely, you know, someone who I think is overall is doing a great job
Yeah.
selling a lot of his own stuff. You know, has a great big audience here. Is I'm sure is monetizing in a great way. Love to see him as somebody who could be doing 5, 10, $20 per subscriber per year. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean? Easy enough to go and find his products and go buy those things. Would love to see him even easier to go buy and spend right now, get more customers in the door, and would love to see it be easier to buy more stuff watch what happens when your best customers are ready to go and spend more, right? I think
Yeah.
that's the biggest thing there.
Don't
So
be afraid of your fans. I think that's something that's when you get into the content creation space can be like a little scary sometimes. It's just like, okay, I finally gained people who like what I'm putting out there, who appreciate, whatever it is that I'm creating. I don't want to like be the used car salesman with them. And it's
yes,
not that at all. I used to be like super scary of like selling anything of like, I don't want to do this because it's gonna feel pushy and it's gonna no, no, no. They're following you for a reason. And as my dad says best, it doesn't hurt until you ask. So the
exactly
worst they
right.
can say is no.
Exactly right. And you really, honestly, for anybody who's feeling that same pain, and I think a lot of people feel that pain. Like, if you're feeling that pain, give me a yes in the chat box. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
let me know if you're like, I don't want to be that salesy. That's not how I don't want my brain to feel that way. You know what I mean? If
Mhm.
that's you, give me a yes in the chat box, right? Because that's super, super common. But the nice part is go look at people like Sam who have
Mhm.
done a really good job of that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? There are things here to buy. There are ways to spend money with this creator who, you same as engineered ways for customers to come in and actually spend money, right? I think there's some good optimization things, some things we could do better there. You know what I mean? But it doesn't have to be super, super salesy. You know what I mean?
Right.
It quite literally can be the opposite of that, right? So we definitely want to see plenty of people continue to give your customers, continue to give your audience easy chances to come by, continue to give them easy chances to spend more along the way,
Yeah.
right? I think that's kind
Absolutely.
of the great one, right? So, yeah. So we had a question about a one page, kind of like we call them one page funnels. We call them one pagers. You get a lot of kind of like questions about this page right here, right? That we're kind of looking at. Let me go ahead. I'll just swap this with Restream here. This page right here is one simple page built with Samcart. We can open it up and see this is actually a template baked into every single Samcart account where you guys can come in here and just customize the look and feel with your own products and services and all that kind of stuff, right?
Mhm.
And for anybody who's asking, hey, should this page be in text or should it be in video, right? We have a training inside of Creator U, which, by the way, go check out creatoru.com. Creator U is our whole library of awesome trainings and all that kind of stuff. I could even just bring it up really quick. We'll kind of just dive into this really quick. This is Creator U. I'm giving you guys a live look inside. Creator U has like 50 some individual trainings from Team Samcart,
Yep.
from a bunch of our top creators, from just anyway, a bunch of verified, epic, awesome entrepreneurs who are here to help you guys do more, get more, grow your audience faster, monetize your business. Just so much awesome stuff. Definitely go check out creatoru.com. We also have
Not
a
even including the live version.
it's not even including the live version. We have a live version where twice a month I sit right here and we bring in guest creators and we do a 90-minute intensive where you guys get questions and answered. And, people you can't pay to talk to otherwise, like join Creator U Live. You want to do that. But anyway, in here, we have a training called the 5 Minute Vsl. And I'll just go ahead. Let me actually just pull it up really quick. So we'll do the 5 Minute Vsl. Do you know what a 5 Minute Vsl is? You and I haven't really talked about this.
We haven't.
We haven't really talked about this. The 5 Minute VSL is a very simple idea,
Okay.
right? It is a blueprint, right? For someone who says, I've never sold anything before. I can't sell anything, right? The 5 Minute VSL, again, it's inside of Creator U. Go check it out. CreatorU.com. Is basically how can I make a quick 5 minute video that convinces a visitor to become a customer?
Okay.
How do I take, all the content that's on this page and, you know what I mean? Like we just looked at Sam had that whole big long sales page for his copywriting thing. How do you take what's on that page and distill it to a video format that's like a fill in the blank template and essentially all you need is 5 minutes,
Like
whether
a
it's
channel trailer.
exactly.
Okay.
That's exactly right. Right. So how do I take the best of copywriting and persuasion and all that kind of stuff and distill it down to like its simplest form, fill in the blank template? That's what it is. If you are someone who is using a 5 minute VSL or wants to shoot a quick video, you know what I mean? You guys can come and check out the 5 minute VSL training again in creatoru.com. Go check that out. But then the answer is, where does that video go?
Right.
The answer is that video goes right here, right? You put it at the top of the page. You let people, watch the same content is on the page down below as people are just kind of scrolling and they're listening and they're reading. It's kind of this great, experience. But it's just, man, how can you be as short and simple as possible and still convince people to buy from you, right?
Yeah.
That's what it's really
I
all
think
about.
one of the cool things template too in or at least this kind of case study version is that to answer the question a little bit about knowing the balance between too much text, like it's
Mm,
saying here's the sell video, but then below it, it's like here's what you're getting, and it's a visual with that. And I think that's always I love seeing funnels and landing pages that have that because I totally understand that we're trying to visually absorb something, we're trying to listen to something, but now we want to figure out how else can we like sweeten the pot? How can we make it look nice and pretty for you? And I think showing here's what you get. Or we
Totally.
did the hangry woman, and she
Yes.
had on her page like, if you feel like this, if you live with diabetes and you feel like
Yes.
this, you feel
Totally.
stuck, you feel depressed, like that's also something good to do. Is connect with who your ideal buyer is and put that on your page so that way they see, okay, not only did I get this cool video that explains in 5 minutes or less, hands down, what I need, in my opinion, but I can also read down of exactly what I'm getting and something that speaks to me as the individual who connects with what this content is. So I guess I have some homework to do on my five
I
minute
love that.
VSL.
I love that big time. And exactly right. Like the whole idea there is, how can we simplify that down and get into your buyer's brain, talk about stuff they're already thinking about, you know what I mean? And turn it into something that's going to be like, man, this person gets what I'm after.
Mhm.
They get what I need. I should go buy their service. I should go buy their templates. I should go buy their digital download, whatever it might be, right? But the 5 Minute VSL is a great way to do that. And of course, Samcart is what makes it easy to create pages like the ones you guys see on your screen. So
Yep.
I actually dropped a link to this example page in the chat. You guys can go and check that page out. Click around. You can, check it out and see what's up, and go look at how you can make those kind of things, right? That
Yep.
page is a template baked into every single Samcart account where you can customize every inch of it for your own product, your own service, launch your own
Anything.
basket weaving, whatever, whatever you want, whatever you have, you can absolutely sell that kind of stuff. And I absolutely love watching how those templates get used and get made and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So it is really, really
Come on, gaming fam. Like,
bring it
we
back.
have opportunity. We have so much opportunity. And it's interesting when people ask about Sam Kern, like, well, I don't sell a digital course. I'm like, you don't have to,
Sell a digital membership,
right?
right?
Or
Sell,
access, like
yeah,
time on your calendar,
absolutely.
consulting, um, templates, courses. Like, there's a lot of flexibility that you can use with Samcart. And so don't feel like your industry or niche is not, it's not applicable.
Big
It
time.
is.
Yeah.
Totally is.
Digital products is a big world. You know what I mean?
It's
And a
huge.
lot of things fit in that. A lot of people think like, oh, I'm just like, I don't sell blank. Right. It's like, okay, well, what about this? What about this? What about this? It's like there's so much stuff that goes in there. Some of my favorite brands on Samcart are the ones that like cross pollinate different types of stuff. You know what I mean? So like we
Mhm.
have we have people who started physical product brands and then they introduce digital and now they like, what I mean, they mix and match and do that kind of stuff together. They'll sell, you know, I'm selling you like a meal replacement, shake or something like that, like a
Right.
12 pack I'm gonna send you. And then they have an order bump or one click upsell, something you can buy easily with it. That's digital. That's
Yep. Here's the
templates.
guide on how to use the shakes and pair it with a workout plan so that we get the most out of it.
Bingo. Absolutely. And all of a sudden, their profit margins are doubling, tripling, right? Because anyway, it's just, you see that kind of stuff all the time. So
Yeah.
there is no limit to the kind of stuff you guys can go out there and sell. But yeah. Thank you guys for joining this edition of the Tuesday Takeover. We're super excited. A lot of fun to dive into Sam's stuff here. Go give him a shout on Instagram and Twitter. You know what I mean? Again, a great follow, just somebody who's creating awesome content and is doing a really good job of,
Especially his podcast. Like, his
yeah.
podcast is actually kind of like what we do.
I didn't actually listen too hard to the podcast. I should go. You're telling me I should go
Yeah,
listen.
it's
All right, we'll
literally
go check
they
it out.
just go through like business ideas and how they can make it better. And it's kind of like, well,
Dope.
here's how we can make your sales better. So
I love
definitely
it.
check it out.
I love it. We'll definitely go check that out. So give him a shout. If you guys want to join another edition of Tuesday Takeover and hear us dive into more awesome businesses, more awesome creators, you have somebody you want us to see, comment down below, right? Let us
Please do.
know. We're always looking for awesome new creators to go check out, dive into their business, dissect what's going on, tell you how much they're making, tell you where they're missing out, you know what I mean? And just give everybody, elevate everybody in terms of just getting more prowess on how to grow your online business as well. So
Absolutely.
for
All love
that,
to all the creators.
all love. All love out there. I'm Scott Moran, Taylor Danielle. I'm on top of the entire Samcar team. Really appreciate you guys. We will catch you guys in the next edition of the